Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. The mentor I wish I had. Yes! This video here is going to be wicked. It's going to be uplifting. It's going to talk about the principles of success. Who wouldn't want to sit through a video where you can find out all the different stages of success, right from the pain point through to the breakthrough, when you have that magnificent moment of that weeks or months or even years of hard work coming to fruition. So sit through this video, guys. It's going to be incredible. And throughout, what I would love is, as I go through the different elements of how to be a successful individual and how to achieve success, comment in the video of exactly what stage of success that you are at, and I will make sure that I reply to every single comment, okay? But before we jump into the video, let's just take 2 minutes to look at who I am and why I set up this YouTube channel. Before we jump into today's video, a short introduction from me. My name is Jonny Garrett, and over the past 7 years, I have built my own British independent luxury watch brand into a 7-figure business, all while grinding away at Britain's largest bank in London. With no investors, no debt, and no mentor, it was a challenging and lonely journey. I worked day and night meeting with hundreds of successful business owners who shared their lifelong knowledge with me to unlock everything I have achieved today. Why spend the next 7 years of your life learning the hard way when I can share that knowledge with you for free right now? So if you are ready to commit to your business dreams, hit that subscribe button now. Right, guys, welcome back. We are going to jump straight into the video today about the different stages of success. There are 5 different stages of success that I'm going to talk you through, and I would love to hear what stage you are at in your individual journey. Remember, this channel is set up, guys, for the 1% of people, the 1% of people who want to become self-employed and literally live the life of their dreams through a business that they love. Okay, so let's jump straight in. Point number 1 on the stage of success is pain, okay? You have to start in a difficult, challenging place where you're saying to yourself, I don't like the person that I'm becoming. I don't like the future that I actually have laid out for me. I need to do something right now in order to drastically change my life, because the future that I'm heading towards, it is not where I want to be, okay? So point number 1 is pain. Now, when you're feeling this pain, how does it feel? It genuinely feels like you are waking up every day almost unhappy, sick. There's like a knotted feeling in your stomach. Do you know when you're nervous and it feels like you have butterflies before a big interview or before a big speech? That's the best way that I can explain how I felt 8 years ago when I was working full-time in a bank. Although I enjoyed my job, I knew that I ultimately had a destiny which was bigger than that, and that I wanted to run my own business and really, really change my life. And it was hurting so much in my insides that I literally felt like I couldn't physically go on and enjoy and really embrace the fruits of this beautiful world without actually attacking and going after the business of my dreams, and making sure that I didn't live my life thinking, what if? So there's 2 decisions that you can make at this point. If you're having these feelings and you're just like, oh, I really feel like I have that burning desire to set up my own business, there's 2 decisions you can take. 1, you can completely ignore it. And let's be honest, 99% of the planet do this. How many times can you count where you're in bed, or you're in the shower, or you're in the gym, and you have all of these awesome business ideas? You don't write it down, you don't act on it. And how many times has this happened, guys? A few months or a few years pass and you see the idea that you had thought in your head and someone else has done it. Now, what's the difference between them and you? The difference is they took action. That's it. That you may have a better way of doing their business. Your way may be more creative. Your way may impact the masses more, but they acted and you didn't, okay? And that's why you're in the situation you're in and they're in the situation that they're in. Rather than being envious or hateful, take inspiration from it, applaud them and go, well done, my friend. You actually took action. I didn't, but my time will come, okay? The second thing you can do is you can actually listen and you can act. And this is hopefully what my channel, The Mentor I Wish I Had, will do for you. It will motivate you. It will inspire you. It will give you that confidence, that bravery that you need to actually attack the business of your dreams. So please, let's make sure that throughout this year in 2024, every time you're listening to these videos, rather than just ignoring them, you're actually listening and you're taking action. Okay? So stage number 1 on the stages of success is pain. Without pain, without really knowing, and it's cliche to say this, but without really knowing what your rock bottom is, how do you know what the way up is? And when I say rock bottom, it's difficult to say that, isn't it? Because I think when people think rock bottom, they think someone's unemployed, they're homeless, they can't even feed themselves. But that's not the case. It's your own mental rock bottom. If you feel like you're destined for greater things, but every day you're waking up and not using the immense artillery and smorgasbord of skills that you have, and you're just going into a job where you feel like you're actually not fulfilling your true potential and purpose in life, wouldn't you call that almost being a prisoner in your own mind, you know? You're not fulfilling and living up to your own destiny. So make sure that you feel the pain, you don't ignore it, you listen and you act, okay? Point number 1, pain. Point number 2, this is where it gets exciting, guys. Lift off. Okay? Lift off. Ideas are being written down. So rather than you just waking up in the middle of the night at 2 or 3 a.m., or you're in the shower and you have these amazing ideas, or you're on your run, which is where I get a lot of my fantastic ideas from, rather than stopping the run or turning off the shower or waking up at night and writing the idea down, you're ignoring it. But now with Liftoff, you're actually writing these ideas down. You are compiling these incredible ideas. You're using that magnificent brain that scientists in the world barely know anything about, and you're actually listening to what your brain is serving you. Then by writing them down, you're actually reflecting on them. You're reading them back over, and the research begins. And as the research begins, guys, you will actually begin to start visualizing your future. Now, this is where it gets cool, because there's one word that starts to kick in at this point in the liftoff stage, and that word is hope, okay? Hope begins to kick in, and hope is one of the most beautiful feelings in the world. It's like when you're watching your favorite action series, and the character at the beginning is nerdy, he's weak, he doesn't know how to take on the world, and all of a sudden something happens, you know, that liftoff starts to come, and that hope begins to kick in. And that is what's going to happen in this liftoff stage, and that is the feeling that we want you to be able to ride that hope wave all the way through to the end of the stage of success. So make sure in this stage, guys, that you're writing all of your ideas down. You're reading back over those ideas every single day, and you are beginning to put the research in. And believe me, what will happen is visualization will kick in. You may even start to dream about it at night, but you will begin to see the person that you want to become. And every day you will start to act in a way that gets you one step closer to that person. It's a super cool experience. So that's stage number 2, liftoff. Stage number 3, momentum. Okay, this is when things begin to get real. This is when your project begins to pick up speed. You have real stackable evidence every day proving really to yourself that you can do this. You look back over to the weeks or the months prior, and you can see that you are laying down the foundations and you are doing something. There's one word that I try to swear by, and I think can be a massive contributing factor to the success that I've achieved in my life, and that is consistency. Consistency is one of the most hurtful and challenging words to somebody who suffers procrastination, because they realize if they just have a singular focus every day and are consistent with that focus, it is quite remarkable how you can compound success purely by focusing on one action every day that you do really for the next 2 years at least of your life. So make sure that you are acting in a consistent manner, that the momentum is picking up. And what you'll start to find happen, guys, is the universe will start directing messages to you. The universe will bring opportunities to you, will bring contacts to you. For example, with my business, we produce luxury watches made from genuine upcycled firefighting materials in honor of my late grandfather, William Wood. What started happening to me was even when I was just driving down the street, I'd have firefighters coming past with blue lights. I would go down into the underground in London and I would see big banners about changing your fire alarm detector. I would have individuals reaching out to me saying, I've seen that you've been doing these posting on social media. Can we meet for a coffee? I think there's an opportunity here. So the universe starts to give you signs, but also starts to bring things into your universe. So then more and more opportunities can then come as a result of it. It's a really cool stage of success. So after momentum, you'll move on to stability. This is the consistency part that I was talking about earlier. Routine becomes the norm. You break the 21-day habit. So scientists have proven that if you do a certain action every day for 21 days, it will then go from an action and it will turn into a habit. They say this when it comes to gym, when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to going out for a run every day. If you can just do this for 21 days straight, that will then become a habit. What I'm always searching for in my life, guys, is something to become, rather than just an action, a habit. I want it to become a lifestyle. I want what I'm doing to become a lifestyle. I want to become the person that I want to be and that I envisaged all those years ago in that pain point that we talked about. You need to become and act the person that you want to be every single day. And then it will just become part of your lifestyle. It will become part of your lifestyle to wake up at 6 or 7 a.m., to be able to write down all of the lists and prioritize all the actions that you need to do that day. It will become part of your lifestyle to go to the gym every day. It will become part of the lifestyle to eat healthy. It'll become part of your lifestyle not to go out in the evenings and get drunk, or just not to drink alcohol at all. These kind of things will begin to develop when you have that stackable evidence and you start to get closer and closer to the person that you really want to be in life. At this stage, you're in the zone. You can see the path forward, okay? So this is when stability, routine, consistency really starts to manifest. And it's at this stage that the final action takes place. It's at this stage that the biggest action of success happens. Once you've felt the pain, the lift-off has happened, the momentum begins, and you start to see the stability. That is when the breakthrough occurs. Now, this is the most beautiful stage of success because the days, the weeks, the months of hardship, of heartache are finally beginning to pay off. You've tested yourself so much. You've tested different opportunities so much. You failed, and then bang, one thing happens and success kicks in. It's like the way that I always visualize it, guys, is there's a huge big dam, like the Hoover Dam in Las Vegas, okay? And you're looking up at this dam and there's a water reservoir at the back of it. And you're there with a little chisel, okay, a tiny little chisel, and you're just chipping away at this dam, right? And what you're trying to do is you're trying to get a crack in the dam to start seeing water coming through. You've spent months, maybe even years, just chiseling away with this pathetic little tool, but you've just been consistent and consistent and consistent. And finally, a crack comes and water starts leaking through. And it's at that stage that you drive an absolute steam train through that crack. When you know where success is, you drop all the other failures, you take all of your resources and you drive an absolute tank through that crack in the dam. And that's when the water just bursts and all of this success begins to come out. But you can't get that breakthrough without the pain, because if you don't have the pain, you won't move on to the liftoff. Without the liftoff and the research, you're never going to pick up momentum. So once you've done that, you'll start to collect that momentum. And when the momentum begins to come and you look back and you go, oh, wow, this is amazing. I now have stability, routine, and consistency. And then once you've put all of those actions in, you'll see the crack in the dam. You'll drive the steam train through it and the breakthrough will come. And that, guys and girls, is the stages of success. I would love to hear exactly what stages you are in. It's a hell of a journey. It's a super, super exciting journey to be on. And the thing that I would also say as well, guys, is success is the journey. It's not the destination. The destination you will never, ever, ever, ever reach. That's the cool thing about success. You need to make sure that you're constantly moving the goalposts back or higher each time. The other thing that you'll find is once you achieve a certain goal, there will always be a second mountain. So you need to make sure that when you reach the top of the first mountain, you congratulate yourself, pat yourself on the back, take a deep breath, look out, and then look to the next mountain and go, okay, it's time to go. And sometimes you have to climb down the mountain, okay, to go lower than where you were, to then climb even higher than where you were on the first mountain. But there's always a bigger mountain, and success is the journey, not the destination. I really hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I can't wait to read all the comments of exactly what stage of success that you are in. As I say, I'll be replying to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for tuning into the Mentor I Wish I Had. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button now. There's another video that I've posted previously which tells you how to set up a company whilst holding down a full-time job. It's one of the best performing videos that I've posted on my channel so far, so make sure you click that video next, you watch it. I'm sure you'll get huge amounts of value from it. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Until next time.